What's poppin', world? Tap in, tap in. If you like substance, go ahead and follow, go ahead and subscribe. You already know what to do. Let's get into this. The word for today is this: stop taking advantage of Christians. Stop taking Christians for granted, right? I want y'all to let that marinate. Now, when I talk about Christians, or when I say Christians, I'm talking about men and women who truly practice Christianity on a daily basis. I'm talking about men and women who truly have a fear of God, men and women who truly follow God, men and women who truly honor God, men and women who truly love others, right? Love everyone else. That is what I'm talking about when I say Christians now. Now, for whatever reason, a lot of men and women out here think that Christians have to be overly nice, overly graceful, overly giving. They think that Christians should be men and women who forget the things that other individuals have done negatively in the past towards them, right? They think that Christians should forget and be wiped clean of all those memories and thoughts, and that they should still be giving gracefully and overly nice and all this other stuff. And I'm going to say this: a lot of that is simply just not true, right? Remember, we are still human. Now, in the Bible, God says that do not only consider his kind side, but also consider his stern side. Don't only consider the kind side, but consider the stern side, right? So a lot of people seem to forget that part. They seem to forget, and again, they take Christians for granted, and they try to take advantage of Christians. There are a lot of men and women who constantly mistreat Christians, right? Because they look for that grace to come out of them. There are a lot of men and women who take advantage of Christians on a regular basis. And they got their hand out. And they think that every Christian is supposed to give aid to those in need, let's just say, or those who want things. Because a lot of times it's not even need. They think that Christians should cater to everything that they want, no matter what the relationship is, no matter what this person has done in the past to this Christian. They think that the Christian should wipe it under the rug and step up and be who that other person needs that Christian to be, right? That's how people think. And again, much of that is ludicrous. Much of that is ludicrous. In my personal life, right? Recently, I had, well, look, before I say that, let me say this. I know that there are a lot of people, right, over time who have unfollowed me or unfriended me. And not because we had a personal exchange or anything like that, but because they simply disagree with what I put out. Like, it could have been a message, a video, whatever, a post. They disagree and they got in their feelings in that moment. So they chose to unfollow, unfriend, block, whatever the case may be. Just to later turn around and follow me again or friend me again, right? Or unblock me, right? Why do they do that, right? Because in some way, shape, or form, maybe I was adding value to their life in some way, shape, or form. So they decided to, add me, friend me, follow me, whatever. But in that moment, they was in their feelings. You see, but they also expect for me to accept them back in. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm a good man of God and my persona and things like that. Oh, he probably won't even remember I did this, or he probably gonna forget about this, or he probably gonna forget about that. And what I want people to know is, nah, I don't forget. I've never smoked or drank in my life. I'm very alert. I'm very alert. But there is grace and there is love, right? So keep that in mind. But there are many ways how men and women take advantage of a Christian and take a Christian for granted. I'll give you another scenario. We just had the election. You know, Trump got in office. And last year, around November, around the time of election, one of my homeboys, he had posted, some things in his story about conservatives, right? Or Trump supporters and this, that, and the third. And, I messaged him and I said, hey man, what's up with this or what's up with that? I just wanted to share thoughts. Let's just see, we cool. It ain't that deep. We don't hate each other. Me and you, let's just talk about this. Let me know, what are your thoughts on it? Why did you make that comment about conservatives, right? Or people who support Trump? Why did you say that? Let's just talk about it. He ignored me. No response. He ignored me. I said, all right, cool. And he posted something else in the story. And days later, I messaged him. No response. He ignored me. All right, cool. Bet. So, recently, I took a trip to Miami. And, I put up some videos and pictures and stuff like that. He was like, hey man, how much did that cost? I know you did this, I know you did that. How much did that thing right there cost for you to do that? And I could have been petty, and I could have ignored him, but I said, nah, I ain't gonna do that. I messaged him back, said, yeah, this cost this. Yeah, you could probably find out more information here, find out more. No problem. You know what I'm saying? And then I think but why does he think it's cool for him to even message me after ignoring me when I was messaging him a few months back, right? So, no biggie. So I just kept it moving, no problem. Kept it moving. Now, fast forward to now, he asked me to, come back. He asked me to go in and do a survey for him. So he's working on a little project. He want me to go in and do this survey for him, and it won't take me long, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. I messaged him back when he asked me to do that. And I said, do you recall when I messaged you a few months back and I asked you to explain why you had said what you had said about this group of people? Just had a conversation. Let's just share thoughts. And he said, yeah, I remember that. I said, okay, I never got a response from you. And he said, you mean to tell me because that happened, you're not going to help me out with this survey? You're not going to do this for me right now? I said, nah. I said, I don't help people who ignore me. I said, but it's all love, but I don't help people who ignore me, And he said, well, dang, I'm a little disappointed, but he said, but I understand. And I said, it's all love, man. There's no love lost. I'm just saying, bro. And that story, the moral story is, a lot of times, sadly, people will ask you to do things for them, but the very people who are asking you to do something for them do not support you and what you got going on. Especially, I'm speaking from a Christian standpoint. A lot of people who will ask you, hey, I need you to do this, I need you to do that, I need help with this. They don't support you and what you got going on. That's just keeping it hot. They do not support you in what you got going on. So at some point, you got to draw a line in the sand. And, that's been one of the best things I've learned over the years. You got to learn how to love people from a distance. You have got to learn how to love people from a distance, especially as a man or woman of God, because they don't mean you well, and they're going to destroy your peace if you allow them in. So, of course, there's grace, there's forgiveness, there's love, and you want to do for others, right? There's no problem. And you want to guide others, that's no problem. But you got to keep your eyes peeled, because there are a lot of men and women who take advantage of Christians. There are a lot of men and women who take Christians for granted. There's many situations over the years where I tried to help somebody when they were in need. Maybe they were trying to sell something. Maybe they were trying to, and most of those times I got burnt. I got burnt. Whether what they were selling wasn't legit, I wasn't pleased with the product or the service, or you just simply could just be given, right? It could be money, and all you need for them is some type of support or something, and they just like they ghost, they're ghosts. So just be mindful of that. And men and women, do not take advantage of Christians, and stop taking Christians for granted. Just some food for thought. And another thing, let me say this. There's been times where I have taken trips or been doing things with friends or family or by myself. And just about every time I do, somebody may inbox me, hey man, I need you to help me pay for this, or can I borrow money for that, or can I, just because I'm out doing stuff or spending money, that doesn't mean I have extra money to give for this or good. But a lot of people think you do, or a lot of people have the audacity to ask you that because you are this man or woman of God. Oh, you're supposed to overly give, right? If you don't, they got a problem with you. If you don't, he ain't no Christian, she ain't no Christian, right? And it just ain't right. But that's just something for y'all to think about. And men and women out there, please stop taking advantage of Christians. Please stop taking Christians for granted. We are loving, we are kind, we are patient, we're all those things, But we are human. And again, God said, consider his kind side and his stern side. And we are following him. So we will have a kind side and a stern side, right? At least if we know what's good for us and we value protecting ourselves and protecting our peace. Well, that's just something for y'all to think about. But anywho, don't forget, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. We're growing fast. And remember this, keep God first. And leave a comment in the comment section if you got something to say. I love you all. Be blessed.